DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Welcome to FLX Weekly here on Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. I'm Jim Sinicropi inside the FingerLakes1.com studios here in Seneca Falls, New York. And today we're going to focus on some great events coming up this month in Skaneateles. The Skaneateles Curbstone Festival and Sidewalk sales return July 9th through 11th. And then the Antique and Classic Boat Show returns to Clift Park on July 24th through 26th. Now, anything that happens in Skaneateles is usually great. Especially when they end up having festivals, it's just a great place to be, especially in the summer. These are 2 annual events that are very popular, and so we'll learn a little more about them. Perhaps you can make plans to get to Skaneateles this month to experience them for yourself. So we'll have Charlene Holmes-Sullivan. She's the Assistant Director of the Skaneateles Area Chamber of Commerce, which is putting on the Curbstone Festival, and also Janice Miller. She is a past president of the Finger Lakes chapter of the Antique and Classic Boating Society, and she's on the committee for the boat show as well. So they're going to be in studio. We're going to talk all about those events. But first, this episode of FLX Weekly is brought to you by Blush by CV Designs, a local woman-owned business in the heart of the Finger Lakes offering women's clothing and accessories, quality home goods, and unique gifts. See what everyone's talking about by visiting their location in downtown Seneca Falls or browse all their products online at shopcvdesigns.com. And also, West & Company Diamonds and Jewelry, a full-service family-owned jewelry store serving Auburn and the surrounding communities. Check them out at westandcompany.com or stop in and browse their selections at 10 Genesee Street in downtown Auburn. West & Company, crafting fine jewelry since 1982. So Charlene and Janice, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in from Skaneateles. Warm in the Finger Lakes today and pretty much through the weekend. We've really been treated with some great weather in June, and it's summer, so you can't complain too much. But a lot of people making plans to get out and about for this July 4th weekend, and I don't think a lot of people are looking too far beyond the July 4th weekend, but we're going to talk about a couple of events that maybe you can get on your calendar coming up later this month. So Charlene, I want to start first talking about the Curbstone Festival. It's an annual event, very popular. You don't really need a excuse to get to Skaneateles. We went last weekend for dinner at the Hidden Fish sushi restaurant, and then got some ice cream at Doug's Fish Fry before driving back here to Seneca Falls. It's just a fantastic place in any season, but in the summer it's really something, and especially when there's events like the boat show or the Curbstone Festival, great time to come out. So fill everybody in on what the Curbstone Festival is all about.
So the Curbstone Festival is a great time to get shopping in downtown Skaneateles. We have more than 50 stores and vendors participating. We have a lot of our brick and mortars who have specials and discounts and deals throughout the sidewalk sales. But this is also the opportunity for some of the Chamber of Commerce members that do not have a brick and mortar location to set up a tent in person so you can meet them and see their wares. Whereas a lot of them are typically online only. So it's a very unique opportunity there. We also will have some entertainment for the kids. We'll have a wandering balloon magician and some face painting, both free entertainment for the kids. And we are running a shuttle bus as well. So if you are concerned about parking, you don't need to be. The shuttle will be picking up from the parking lots at the lower high school parking lots and then dropping off in the village, and they'll just be on a continuous loop throughout the afternoon. And our shuttle is sponsored by the Skaneateles Community Center.
Okay.
And they are very invested in just promoting the community and community relations. So they stepped up to help us out with that.
So it's It's on July 9th through 12th, which is a Thursday through Saturday
Mm-hmm.
from 9 to 6 every day, except for Saturday, which is 9 to 5. But
Mm-hmm.
what you'll find if you show up is streets filled with vendors and people, and in the heart of Skaneateles, right there on the north end of the lake. And it really is a chance to find some unique items. Never too early to start Christmas
Never too
shopping,
early to
right?
start Christmas shopping.
Really find some unique things. And some great discounts and sales too that are being run concurrently, and then of course plenty to options to grab something to eat while you're there as well.
Yes, and a lot of the stores and vendors setting up are local artisans. So things are created locally by our local people. And that's always nice to see that we have such talent within our community that people are putting out to share with everyone.
Yeah, it's a fantastic thing, and some of the as we're getting a look at previous years at the Curbstone Fest, it really is wall to wall unique gifts, like artisan gifts, like you
Hmm.
mentioned, and then also just activities for kids and it you can also walk across the street and sit down on a bench overlooking the lake. It's just a wonderful
Hmm.
place to be this time of year for sure. And with the Curbstone Fest going on, it would be a great time to visit. I've been to the Curbstone Fest before, and it's just a lot of activity, and
Hmm.
so many products that you probably wouldn't be able to find anywhere else, which is nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a lot of things that are unique to Skaneateles that you'll be able to find at the festival. And not just the products, but also some of the experiences like taking a boat ride out on the Judge Ben Wiles while you're in town there. And if you have a boat, you're able to get out on the lake and use our community docks
Hmm.
and stop right in the village. So it's about experience, not just
Yeah.
what you're able to find as far as unique products while shopping.
Yeah, if you don't have to buy anything, you'll still have a great time.
Absolutely.
So we'll get back and talk more about the Curbstone Fest and Skinny Atlas in general. But I wanted to ask Janice about this year's boat show. New boats on tap for this year's event.
Yes, we are very lucky. We have a lot of new boats coming that we haven't seen before. We have actually a large cigar boat from Miami, Vice type
Oh wow.
boat, but we have wood and we have fiberglass, we have aluminum, we have land displays, water displays, and we really are doing very well with filling up the docks and the
Hmm.
land.
Yeah. Again, I was there last year, or was it 2 years ago, but yeah, the docks are full. People milling around everywhere. Kids are fascinated by some of these boats, and uh, the boat show is taking place on July 24th through 26th. Now that'll be 3 p.m. to dusk on Friday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Is that right?
Yes.
Um,
Uh,
or no, it goes to
two,
dusk on Saturday.
yes, and 2 o'clock on Sunday.
Okay, yeah, I had that wrong. Um, but it's again another. You don't need an excuse to get out Skinny Atlas, but it's a great time to go. There's no admission. You just walk around and look at these great boats, and so many people are so proud of their boats. Like these are individuals bringing their boats from all over the country in some
Yes.
cases, and they're just proud to show them off and answer questions. Uh, so and I think it's important to point out antique and classic boats are two different things, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
there are categories based on the age of the
Hmm.
boat. There's historic and classic and contemporary. So yeah, there's a range, and there, if you want to be judged, you can be judged. We have 13 judges coming from all over the country. It's a premier boating event if you're into classic boating.
Yeah, it's
And you mentioned kids. We do a lot with the kids programs. There's something for everybody. There's music all weekend long.
hmm
The kids can do a junior judging where we take them on the docks and we show them what to look for. If you were a judge, we give them a hat and a shirt.
yep.
And
And then they actually they
yes, they
vote
get
for
an
an award.
award. Yeah.
Yep.
But we also have crafts for the kids, and there's something really all weekend long for the whole family. And again, it's free.
Yeah, and it's you'll be blown away by the variety of watercraft. There's the classic wooden boats, and then you mentioned a cigar boat
Yeah.
with a Miami Vice theme type of
Yeah. Yep.
type of vessel, which couldn't be more opposite than a wooden,
They're mostly
lake
wooden.
cruiser.
The
But a lot
bulk
of
of
wood
them are
boats.
wood, yes.
But that's I don't know if it's a lost art, but wooden boats used to be very popular, and a lot of these boats have been restored, lovingly and caringly restored, and it's really impressive the pride that these boat owners take, and you get to see so many different types. And again, you're just walking, around the north end of the lake and through downtown, and there's just so much going on.
You can get pretty close to them, and the boat owners are there. They're on the docks, and you're above them on the pier, and people want to talk about their boats.
Hmm.
Please come and ask questions because, like you said, they take a lot of pride in it, a lot of family history. We
Hmm.
have a boat that's 100 years old this year coming. It's always been at our show, 1925 Hackercraft. Um, and, there's a lot of pride in that boat. The, the gentleman's owned it since 1980.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, so most of these boats are trailered and brought in from wherever they're originating from, and there's there's obviously at any time during the festival there's stuff going on, but other highlights, like I know there's a boat parade.
there's a boat parade at 3:15 on Saturday, and we come out and we go right along the seawall. So if you want to get pictures, we come in really close, very slowly, and then we just go around the north end of the lake. And yeah, that's a highlight. And then on Sunday, if you want to get on the Judge, as Charlene had mentioned, the
Hmm.
the tour boat, we do a photo shoot where people can go get on the Judge, and we'll circle them with our antique boats, and they can get up close in action photos.
Hmm.
The boat's underway.
I think there's schedules for both the events, the Curbstone and the boat show, available through the chamber website.
Yes, on
Which,
Skaneateles.com.
yep. And I think you click on annual events, and
Yes.
then you can pick and choose which one you want to see. But again, it's one of these both of these events are things that you don't need tickets for. You can just wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, you want to take a drive to Skaneateles? The Curbstone Fest is going on, or the boat show," and you won't be disappointed. And I live in Seneca Falls, and my wife and I and our friends often drive to Skaneateles for dinner. And when you go, it's not just going to dinner and leaving, especially if you're in eating at one of the downtown places, which there's so many great places like the Elephant and the Dove, Gilda's, the Hidden Fish, Blue Water Grill, Krebs. I mean, go on and on with the food choices, but you also make it a point to leave some time before or after dinner just to walk along the lake, or through downtown or through some of the shops. So um, it's that type of thing, except there's just going to be so much going on that you almost will have sensory overload, I think, because there is so much to do, and it's a perfect summer setting in Skaneateles. And Charlene, how long have you been with the chamber?
I have been with the chamber for about 2.5 years, and I've been assistant director for about 8 months.
And
And
it seems to me that it's a great job, because I don't want to say it's an easy job, but promoting the benefit the promoting the sometimes I get lost with a word, but the good things, I guess, about Skaneateles is pretty easy because they're almost self-evident. It's just a beautiful downtown, great business owners that you deal with, I'm sure,
absolutely.
and just a stunning location on the north end of Skaneateles Lake.
Yes, we're very lucky to live in such a beautiful place and have such a strong community that supports each other. And we just want people to experience what we are able to live in every day.
Yeah, there's a lot of towns and villages in the Finger Lakes that use Skaneateles as a model of what they would kind of like to, become. And there's a lot of towns and villages here in the Finger Lakes that are, unique in their own way, and are successful in the way Skaneateles is. But Skaneateles is, you can almost pull it out of a, Norman Rockefeller or Rockwell painting. It's like that ideal thing, I think, that especially tourists to the area are looking for, in terms of experiences. And um, Janice, you grew up in Skaneateles,
Yes.
and so what's changed over the years? Because it's, as long as I can remember, Skaneateles has been a great place to go, but certainly in the last 10 to 20 years, especially, it's really,
Yeah,
turned
my high
into.
school friends and I talk about that all the time. It was, and when my parents were growing up there, that it was more rural, and it now has taken on more of a tourist atmosphere. And we were talking how the Sherwood Inn, which is the beautiful hub of our
Oh yeah, I
community,
didn't even mention that. That's
at
another
one
place.
time was kind of falling in, and it sat empty, and so it's really become upscale. Where when I was growing up, it was more just, um, working people and
Hmm. With like a more blue collar downtown,
yes,
maybe.
exactly.
Yeah. What do you think facilitated that change?
I don't know. People claim it was when the Clintons came.
Oh
They
yeah.
kind of put us on the
Yeah.
map nationally.
Yeah, there's a lot of the lakefront homes. It's funny, here in Seneca Falls, we have a lake too. We have the canal runs through our downtown. We have Van Cleef Lake, and then we have Hugo Lake a little down the road. Um, but when my father and mother were in high school, the lake wasn't like a place that people gravitated toward. They would go to the state park maybe for an afternoon, but people weren't looking to live on the lake or build homes on the lake. It seems like that lake living is something that's really gotten popular in the past, 25 to 30 years maybe. And Skaneateles Lake is beautiful, so I think people looking to build homes on up and down, especially well, there's homes on both sides, but um, and then have access to downtown Skaneateles. But yeah, it's awesome, and you could see it potentially going the other way, like you mentioned, the Sherwood Inn, obviously renovated over the years and to be one of the finest, historic hotel restaurant types of facilities, and you see them serving dinner outside on the lawn this time of year, and so it's a community effort, I'm sure, but location is pretty key, and being right there on the north end of that beautiful lake is a big part of it too, I'm sure. Um, so Curbstone Festival, July 9th through 11th, 9 to 6 Thursday and Friday, 9 to 5 Saturday, and you just show up. You mentioned the shuttle. Is that probably the easiest way to park your
The
vehicle?
shuttle is probably the best way to go. There's not a lot of parking right in the village,
Right.
but the shuttle is just a couple of blocks away, and on that continuous loop, it'll get you
Yeah.
into town and out. And we do have on skaneateles.com a listing of all the businesses participating and any specials and deals that they may have throughout the weekend.
You should check that out because it's extensive. It's a big list of participating businesses, and they do run some pretty cool specials, and some with pretty impressive discounts.
And I also mentioned we have the shuttle during the boat show as well.
Oh, same exact thing where you
Same
park at
exact,
the high
yes,
school?
yes.
Okay. And
So they'll, as Charlene said, it'll just run on a continual loop, and people can hop on and hop off.
yeah, there's it doesn't seem to be as big of an issue as it used to be, but parking used to be an issue in downtown Skaneateles. Whenever we go, we have no problem finding a place to park. Usually, if you can't find a spot on the street or in front of the place that you're planning on going, you can go behind the buildings there, and there's always a spot. Even when it seems full, you can find a spot. But for events like this, you probably want to consider using the shuttle. So I mentioned the Curbstone Festival on July 9th through 11th. The Antique and Classic Boat Show would be July 24th through 26th. The hours are a little different for the boat show: 3 p.m. to dusk on Friday, 9 a.m. to dusk on Saturday, and 8 a.m. to 2 on Sunday. Admission's free to both the Curbstone Festival and the boat show, and can't recommend either event enough. So if you're got a free day on either one of those weekends, I would plan on taking the drive to Skaneateles. And then there's also a lot of things to do, along the way. Where we are in Seneca Falls, we look at the wineries and breweries up and down Seneca Lake, Cuca Lake, Canandaigua Lake, less and Cuga Lake as well, but Wasco Lake has some neat places too, as does Skaneateles out that way. So you can almost, if you wanted to make a little itinerary for the day, you'd be able to as well. But yeah, very exciting this time of year, and and as I mentioned, in so many events, from these events in the middle of summer to the Dickens Christmas coming up in December. We don't need to think about that yet, but you might want to start thinking about Christmas shopping and the Curbstone Festival. You could get a head start on it. Everybody says every year that they want to, get a head start on their Christmas shopping, and then it's, December 15th and you're trying to order things so they'll come online fast enough. But this is a place to find, something unique, that, and you did mention a lot of the vendors do have online presence, but you can come down to the Curbstone and actually see and touch and feel and get those deals and get a head start on some unique gifts for people on your Christmas list.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I got to ask you guys, because I love to go to Skaneateles to eat. What are your favorite places to eat in Skaneateles?
That's a hard question.
Yeah. My go-to date night is Gilda's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Do you remember when it used to be the Kabuki? I know you
I do
probably
remember
do.
Kabuki.
I loved that
Yes.
place.
That it was a pizza place.
Mhm.
Yeah, Gilda's is fantastic though as well. It's awesome. It's always a great vibe. There's always a good crowd, but you can still get your pizza or whatever you're ordering in short order. How about you?
On Mondays, I like the Lake House Pub for their roast beef sandwiches. They do a special.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the Blue Water, the Sherwood.
Yeah,
But it's hard to pick one. I
It
mean, that's
is.
like picking a favorite child. So,
it is. The
Tough
Blue Water.
The Blue Water has that rooftop outdoor
yes,
dining.
you can be
that's
outside
amazing.
on the lake at the Blue Water.
Rooftop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
looks
never. I
nice.
haven't done that. No
Mhm.
kidding.
Amazing views.
Yeah, the my daughter used to play soccer in Marcellus, and we would always stop at the Blue Water, on the way back through, or Doug's Fish Fry. I'll tell you, Doug's Fish Fry, um, they're just, the line is out the door.
Mhm.
Yes, should be,
So
yeah.
I mentioned we went to Hidden Fish this past week, and it was a couple weeks ago where we just wanted to drive up because we were both had a hankering for Doug's Fish Fry. My wife likes the lobster
Mhm.
roll, and I like the fish dinner with the onion rings. And the line was out the door, but we waited because we drove all the way from Seneca Falls for it, and it was about 20 minutes, but well worth the wait. But amazing, the popularity of.
And for the first time ever, Doug's is setting up on the sidewalks at the Curbstone Festival so that you can get some of your Doug's merch, some of the hats and
Yep.
shirts, and of course the famous bumper sticker.
Yeah, and it's fun too when you're waiting in line to get into Doug's, which you don't always have to wait, but usually during prime times on the weekend, there might be a little bit of a wait, which speaks to the testament of what they do there. But on the walls, they have all the pictures, of people who have taken those stickers or T-shirts and around the world and sent pictures back in. So it is awesome. And then my wife and I have, for a special occasion, every now and then gone to the Krebs, which we hadn't. I went there for a Mother's Day buffet when I was 5 or 6 years old, so a long time ago, and hadn't ever been back. But we went there on a whim one day, and that was fantastic. It's just a old, the old classic building, almost like a country club feel in there, but super friendly staff, and the food just out of this world. Elephant and the Dove, if you want some Mexican food, upscale, kind of next level Mexican food. They don't take reservations though, so you just need to pop in and get your name on the list. I mentioned Hidden Fish, which is, you know, as far as sushi goes, I think you can't beat it. And then Blue Water Grill, Gilda's, Sherwood. So it really is an amazing thing going on in Skaneateles, and I'm sure as a lifelong resident, you're pretty proud of it. And as obviously as someone who works to promote it, you've got to be proud of everything going on in Skaneateles. So, so yes, Curbstone Festival, July 9th through 11th, Antique and Classic Boat Show, July 24th through 26th. Any parting shots?
Now, I'd just like to thank our sponsors who, without
Yeah.
them, we wouldn't do this. M&T Bank, the Sherwood Inn, Doug's Fish Fry. We really need to thank our sponsors and all the volunteers. And like Charlene said, we work together, the chamber and our
Mhm.
organization, and it's a small community, and it really is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that I've touted the benefits or the how great I think Skaneateles is, but it really is a testament to the residents of Skaneateles, the business community in Skaneateles, and then volunteers and organizations like the Chamber that come together to put these events on. And these are just two of many events that happen throughout the year. It really is a special place here in the Finger Lakes that we have access to. It's it's a half an hour drive from Syracuse. It's a half an hour drive from where I am in Seneca Falls, and a little longer from Geneva or Canandaigua. But highly suggest, if you're looking for something to do this July, that you check out one or both of these events coming up. You won't be disappointed. It's a little slice of Americana, I think.
It really is.
Yes.
So good luck, and thanks for coming in. And maybe we'll have you back again next year, because I love talking about both of these events, or anything Skaneateles. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And thanks everybody for joining us. If you enjoyed the show, click like, share, and subscribe, or leave a comment below. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Until then, have a great 4th of July weekend. It's the 250th anniversary of our independence from England. So enjoy it. It's going to be hot, but it's going to be beautiful here in the Finger Lakes.
Finger Lakes one.